Soundstripe.
How's everyone doing? This is T-Rob here on Live, Laugh, and Learn. Back on KSB. I'm back. I'm happy. Just blessed, man. Blessed to be alive. Just wanted to touch base with everyone and just tell you that, you know, yes, I did have a heart attack, but it was all good. Well, it wasn't all good, but I'm doing much better. Thank you so much, community, for all the kind words. The outreach from everyone was amazing. So it was really, really appreciated. And this is my first stream back. I'm missing my sidekick tonight. Caitlin, she had power issues at her home, so she wasn't able to jump on, but I think she's going to be in chat tonight and trying to do what she can do. Excited tonight because we have KG from Internet Money coming on to talk about their new wallet that they've been working on for a long time. What that is it's going to be a beta that's coming out, and also I think they're doing another sacrifice. So he's KG is going to jump on here shortly. I think he was actually having connection problems as well, so it must be one of those nights, right? What he said, 20 minutes to drive. Okay, so I'm going to just tell you now, KG is not going to make it. So I think what I'm going to have is I think Abit's going to jump on here shortly, and we're just going to talk about what's going on with this crazy stuff that we're seeing right now with people that are stopped. They're actually not streaming anymore because of some issues that they've been served, or some of them is just scared of what may come. So, you know, I want to say first off that nothing we talk about here is financial advice. This is all opinions. You know, we're just people that like to chat and talk about certain things. So, but with that in mind, if you have any questions for me, feel free. One topic that I wanted to talk about is, and this is Live, Laugh, and Learn. So we'll start with Live. And obviously I already touched base on that, but I did have a heart attack. I'm 49 years old, had a heart attack. It was crazy. And I'm still working on getting better. So I can't work or anything for like a month, which sucks because I'm not the kind of guy that sits around. So I'm driving my wife crazy right now, honestly. So, and also just because we always talk about what's going on in our lives. Daughter is 16 and graduating. She's super brilliant. So that's something we're dealing with as well, trying to figure out what she's going to do next. And it's cold in Texas today. Honestly, it feels like it's almost going to snow here, which is crazy. But anyway, so that's what I got from Liv. Laugh, I don't know if you guys, how many of you actually jumped on any of the Twitter spaces when Richard was on there? Man, did he really educate people. He blew people away. And it was kind of funny because the one that I jumped on he was in, there were some huge big hitters there. I'm talking like big followers, big hitters. And what what I saw him do was kind of flip everything. People started going to him for questions, for just direction. Um, and it was really nice to see. Uh, so that was cool. Mr. Montoya, thank you, sir. I am doing very well. It's a blessing. Amen. God is great. All that stuff, man. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, if you ever have something like this, it really makes you respect every day and what's around you. Um, Man, I can tell you this right now: love on your family, because you're not promised tomorrow, right? And I don't want to get going, 'cause I'm gonna start crying and stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you, Mr. Montoya. Appreciate that. Crypto Compassion, hey man, hope you're good, bro. Appreciate you being on here. Hexy Chef, boom boom, um, and yeah. So back at it. So back on the Richard thing. I think what's happened is that people are realizing they're looking past like all the fluff and all the maybe the a little bit of aggression that he puts out, and they're actually listening to the smart advice that he's given, right? And that I mean, finally, and it's hard because like for onboarding new people, and I know some of you deal with this, like what Richard Hart video do you show them? Because you have to kind of be careful, right? You might scare people off. but but if we just listen to what he's telling everyone, I think a lot of people will be in a better place, and a lot of people wouldn't be wrecked right now, honestly. And I know everyone's talking about that. So that was kind of my laugh segment, because I got a good laugh out of people kind of backpedaling when they tried to talk with him and not really understanding, um, not really understanding what he's saying. They're looking at him like, oh, you're over aggressive, you're, you know, this and that, and he was blowing people away. So I got a good laugh out of it. So that was my laugh of the week. Um, thank you, thank you, Caitlin. Appreciate you. I wish you're on here with me, but we'll catch up next week. I know you got a lot going on too. So, but anyway, thank you for letting me be part of KSB and what's going on there. So, and then I just want to briefly talk about what we're seeing in all the Twitter spaces currently is that people are starting to really, you know, some of our big streamers, Hexologists, for instance, one of my faves. I mean, I love the guy. He's funny. Been streaming forever. And today he said, you know, this is my last stream because of, you know, his lawyers and stuff told him to, you know, to not stream. So I thought it was a joke at first, because that guy does like he does like to joke around, but it's not. After talking to other people that actually are kind of in the same boat, or they are in the same boat, we're going to see a lot of changes in our community with you know, different things going on. I think people are going to be a little more careful what they talk about on these streams, how they address things, um, quit shilling stuff and putting people in bad places. But I'm going to be the first to say it, because I kind of have a little bit of inside, is that there's got to be someone in our community that's doing this, that's turning that switch of uh, that's, let me just say, a bad egg, right? A mole in our community. Let me put it that way, because of things that I know that's happened to some people that I personally know very well. It had to be someone in the community, and I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to start a conspiracy or anything like that, because that's not who I am. But I'm telling you this: to be careful. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Be careful what you say, what you do. Yeah. Anyway, I won't go on that soapbox forever. So we were going to talk about, we're going to have Internet Money on tonight. We're going to have KG on, and he had some issues and can't come on. But I will urge you still to go to internetmoney.io to check them out. I like what they're doing, and they're coming out with a wallet that, yeah, I had KG on, man, it's been a while now, but he kind of demoed that wallet at the time, and I was blown away by it. So I think it's going to be a wallet that may even, Richard may go, well, why do I need to make a wallet? I'll just use, we should just be utilizing this one. Maybe, I'm just saying. But definitely something to go look at, internetmoney.io. Good people over there, and not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go throw money at them or anything. I'm just saying go check it out. And yeah, so in other news, how about this big FTX thing? Have you guys, anybody seen that? Anybody know anything about that? It's just everywhere, right? You know what's disturbing to me, and I'm hoping that it's disturbing to some of you as well, is that, like, there's politics involved, right? Da-da-da. And we don't even know what's going to come out of that yet, but there's definitely some pockets being filled there, and there's some big folks that were involved in that are going to be potentially not wrecked because they have so much freaking money, but there may be a lot done with this one because of the high profile people that are involved. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen there. I know you hear this, you read this, man, but dude, control your own money. Make sure you're on a true DeFi system. Make sure you're not on a centralized system. If you don't understand the difference, get a hold of me. I'll talk to you about it. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. If you own the keys and you're the only one that owns the keys, that's DeFi, right? So make sure that you're on a true DeFi, because there is, and Richard talked about this the other night, there is some fake DeFis as well. So you have to be really careful on where you're putting your money, where you're buying stuff from. It's true. It's just like buying on the internet. You have to be careful sometimes of where you buy from, because you don't know, like, will I ever get that? Anyway, I was told that Abit will be in here in a few seconds, and we're just going to chat some. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them at me. And please share this. Please give KSB a like and a push. And if you don't know much about KSB, man, they do a lot of great things. They're doing events all over the country, trying to bring people into the community. They're very, very giving people, and I appreciate each and every one of them, because they put in a lot of work to help build this community. And we're trying to grow the station. We're trying to grow KSB.TV. And hopefully with everyone coming here, we'll start building it up. So, I've got my Longhorns sweatshirt on. That's just because I'm in Texas. Honestly, they're okay, but they're okay. But I just had that sweatshirt on tonight, so I kept wearing it. What are you guys thinking about Trump announcing he's going to run? What are you thinking on that? Are you excited about it? Or are you like, oh no, we got to hear what crazy stuff he says? What's your feeling on that? Anybody got any opinions on the Trump man running again? Let's see here. Kind of. Here we go. I got a sidekick. Hey man, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it.
Of course. I saw that KG is not coming. He probably takes a couple of minutes. The last that I heard from Kalen was that he is going to his brother. So I don't know if exactly he will be on or not, but we are waiting for him. And so I thought I will jump on and we can talk a little bit. The last thing that you said was about Trump, and I have obviously no idea what Trump is doing, but I know exactly when we were in Las Vegas with our R8 and the police stopped us. Yuri was just casually bringing up that she is voting for Trump, and then the mood of the conversation totally changed. The policeman was like laughing with us and stuff like this. So it sometimes obviously helps to bring up Trump in conversations.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what room you're in, right?
Yeah, we were in Florida. I think that's a Trump state.
Oh yeah,
no,
for sure.
What was it? It was Las Vegas, but I think that's really Trumpish as well there.
Yeah. So Abit, what's new with you, man? I mean, what's new with KSB? I mean, you guys are always got so many things going on. And I was saying earlier that, and I don't want this to be an all KSB, like I'm pumping KSB, but you guys do so much for the community, man. I just want to say I appreciate all you do. But what's new? What's going on? What's the plan?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think for KSB, a lot has changed, right? I remember when we were on the tour and we were doing the 5555 tour, all those 42 workshops that we did, and we have everything recorded, right? The workshops and also a lot of testimonials and interviews with the people. And right now, what I'm working on is putting all that content out. It's a lot of content, so I'm looking it through. And while I look it through, I edit it. And while I'm editing, I'm already seeing how I get better every single project, every single video that I edit, and it's just a joy for me. And it's amazing that we had all those stories, and I'm excited to share that with the community now. Actually, maybe it's a good idea to bring up the KSB TV YouTube channel. Then you will also see that it has totally changed from the last couple of years. For example, when we were branded with Kryptosparbuch, for example, that's where we were focusing only on educational content. And right now, KSB is totally different because we also show, like I said, the testimonials and all those great stories that the Hexicans have to share. So let me bring up the screen share here for a second so the people can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And by now, I think I just counted it through. It is like 12 videos, 25 shorts, and yeah, a lot of work that went into that.
Yeah,
So
I
here we
know.
go.
There's definitely a lot of work.
So there you see the million pulls tour. This is the goal of everything that we are doing with the videos, right? With the KSB TV YouTube channel, we want to bring the attention to the million pulls tour because that's the project that we are all committed to once Pulse Chain launches. And then we will be back on the road again doing our workshops and so on. But until now, until then, we have to bring the eyeballs to that. And we are hoping to do that with all the live streams that we are doing, but also with the testimonials that we have here. And you see it started all like 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, with just the best clips of the first season. That's how I branded it when I started it. And we thought we would do like a documentary season, but now we changed the marketing a little bit. And this new idea is now to have it as testimonials, really individual testimonials where the Hexicans talk about their experience and how Hex has changed their lives.
Oh, that's
I
great.
think we can even click on what one, and the people will not hear it anyway. So just you and me talking, so the people have something to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think testimonials are just so much more powerful than just throwing a video up, you know? I mean, definitely it's just from real people, which is really cool.
Yeah, exactly. It shows the background of the people. Yeah, this is what I want to show. It shows like where the people are coming from, right? What is their position in Hex? Are they early on or later on? You will see all kinds of different stories. You will see Hexicans that just came by for a workshop, or you also see Hex ambassadors that were Hexicans that were especially helping us in every single city. So yeah, this is right now what I'm putting all my effort in, and I'm like thinking to have like most of all our content that I have in possession right now. There's also a lot of content that I do not even have right now. It's with our team. To have everything out by in like the next 2 weeks, because then the Hex birthday starts, and then I want to concentrate only on that, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about that. I mean, that's coming up, right? I mean, you guys are doing that in San Diego. When does that start? What's going on? Can you talk to me about that?
Oh yeah, of course. So this is December 1st to 3rd, a 3-day event. Some are even leaving on the next day, on the 4th. But today I just want to concentrate on those 3 days. It just so happens to happen that Kaylin's birthday is on December 1st as well. And that's why she's like making a mixed event. Her birthday and also the Hex birthday, she brings those 2 events together. And it was just made so much sense because her family is the Hexicans by now. So just great that we would have to go to KSB TV actually, just so I don't have the dates wrong. So let us do this really quick, because there are actually 2 things going on the 1st, which is Kaylin's birthday and just a casual meetup with Hexicans, and then also later on the meeting in the Hard Rock Cafe. But let's go to KSB TV right now, and then we can screen share that, just so I do not confuse any times.
Okay.
Kaylin is working really, really hard on everything, and I do not want to screw that up. So here we see the dinner with KSB TV, Black Hexagon. It's at 5 o'clock, where we meet at the Lou and Mickey's, and just, you know, casually come together. Everybody is invited. It doesn't cost anything, and that's where we hang out and get to know each other for a couple of hours, because before actually the first real event happens, which is in the Hard Rock Hotel here. It starts at 8 p.m., so everybody has a little bit of time to get ready and so on. And yeah, these events are for free. You can just come by, say hello. And that's normally where the first groups are meeting all the time when we do events like this. Groups come together, and you will see those groups will stick together for the next couple of days, because what we are doing here is a couple of days event. You see it here the next day with the Hex birthday party. The actual Hex birthday is on the 2nd, so that's why we have the big yacht party. And it is for 40 Hexicans that think, oh man, I want to have something special on the day. So Kaylin came up with this great idea, the yacht party. And it's already sold out. Hexicans jumped on it right away.
Yeah, that's good.
And then again, a party where everybody can come. It's on the 3rd, the next, where is it? No, it's also on the 2nd. Sorry, it's on the 2nd. Just a couple of hours later, you see it's a night event at 10 p.m. It starts. We will have a great party. And that's just the smallest ticket, costs $25. And I think there's still a lot of tickets left. And then the VIP experience you get for $250 with bottle service and so on. If you want to have any question, if the guys in the chat have any questions, they can just come here, RSVP, and get all the information. And then on the 3rd, again, it's an open invitation for everybody who's interested in crypto. We will meet at the Hard Rock Hotel, just where everybody is sleeping. So that's a really, really great.
Yeah, wow. Looks like a fun time, man. I wish I could make it out that way, but I can't really go anywhere right now. But so
yeah, I've heard
sure
of your accident, right? Like your heart attack. That's crazy. You always mention then how young you are, and I totally agree. It's crazy that something like this can happen just at any moment, right? And everything changes, I guess.
Man, yeah, you know, it's crazy. It kind of runs in my family, you know. So my dad and my brother both have had heart attacks, and I'm a healthy guy, dude. I work out almost every day, and I was out hunting, and it hit me. So yeah. So anyway, it definitely makes you appreciate life more. That's for sure. So.
But it's great to have you on stream and to still see you being healthy and working and doing the things that you love. It's amazing to have you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate it. So let's talk about, okay, so that's going on in San Diego. And then I think in April you've got the cruise, right? You still have the cruise going on. And I know this is all Caitlin's thing because she always does all this stuff. But like I know the cruise is happening, but what is KSB? Are you guys changing anything from like what you did before? Like when you guys go back out on the road, what's your plan for that? Are you going to continue to do kind of what you did before? Or is there a different theme to that, or what?
Yeah, everything is right now in the planning, right? Patrick and Kaylin and me and 2 other guys in KSB TV, and we work together on having a long-term vision. You just mentioned the Hex Cruise, for example. This is set in April, and this has nothing to do with the million, or everything is connected with the Million Pools, I guess. But with the Million Pools, we wait for Pulse Chain, but the Pulse Chain is not out yet. So we're trying to do other events like the Hex Birthday or the Hex Cruise in April. And I think with the Hex Cruise, it's great because we do not have to plan for every single Hexican, right? Everything is already planned out. You have the cruise where you have your room, you have food, and everything is provided for you. So Kaylin likes this event a lot because now she just has to make really special events, right? When you go out to the island, for example, make special events for the Hex influencers, so everybody can participate and talk to them for a couple of hours and stuff like this. And all those kind of news will come out, I guess, in the next couple of weeks. You know, once maybe the Hex birthday is over, we then can concentrate solely on the next event, because this is how we're doing. We meet at the team, we discuss what is our long-term vision, and then we just start working on our projects.
Okay, very cool. So and I didn't like bring you on to interview you at all, but I'm trying to keep it, somewhat relevant and us talking about things. But hey, what's your take on hexologists like today? Just like not streaming anymore. And I was saying it earlier because I do know people that are in the same boat, and there's a lot of that that's about to happen. So what's your take on that?
Oh, for sure. Well, Hex influencers, we write with each other every single day, right? So I see a lot of my friends are getting those proponents, right? And like maybe even we as KSB TV could get one, but I try to have it not too much in my head. I think it's a thing that you will just solve. It's nerve-wracking that you have to deal with that. And I just saw the Hexologist stream today, and like you said, at first I thought it's like a kind of a joke, because when
Yeah.
all the SEC stuff was coming out, I was doing a stream like I will stop being an influencer as well, right? But obviously, I was just joking around. Hexologist here really did his last stream, and I was really, really sad. But at the end, I think it's a thing, and he said it as well, that it will go away and he will come back. It's just that he has to do this right now because it's the right thing to do for him, and I respect that. I think it's the right thing for him to do, and cannot wait already to have him back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Uh,
So,
I mean, Richard even said that he is outrageous that Hexicans have to face this kind of stuff, right? But I think we should just, try to keep it up, have our heads up, and keep doing what we're doing.
yeah. Yeah, to me, it's probably a sign of some big changes coming, in the crypto world. And I'm torn on that because parts of me like think that we need it, and then parts of me are like, just leave us alone, So,
I
so
mean, it's crazy what happens out there, right? With FTX and stuff, like millions of people are losing their money. It's crazy. And then what kind of money? It's from the exchanges, right? And then in Hex, nobody has done anything wrong, right? It's no security. Everybody in the community knows that, and just people from the outside trying to attack it and trying to talk about stuff that they have no idea of. And it's just nerve-wracking. But like I said, I think this time will go away. Richard has made really clear that Hex is no security, that nobody puts in work for you. You just mint your own coins, right? So it's perfect. Out of all the coins out there, I would say Hex is the least of the security,
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that for sure. So what else you want to talk about,
Evan? What else? Well, I think one of the great topics that we have right now is the Twitter spaces, right? The last 4 days, I think
Yeah.
it's because crypto is in the downfall right now with all those exchanges going bankrupt. And they have a Twitter space going on for the last 4 days, and Richard Hart was on there as well. So I was listening to this conversation twice. Once when he was actually live, but I missed like 30 minutes. And then I found the conversation recorded on Hex Network YouTube channel. So I watched it twice, because whenever we get something from Richard, I just love to learn everything from it. And this time he had like a little bit of a different take on all those things, because he was there talking to different people. And then I was looking at his Twitter followers, and it's just exploded. I think it got him like 10,000 Twitter followers in the last couple of days, and I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
we have the hashtag Richard was right on Twitter trending, right? I think that's funny.
Yeah, it was trending earlier, which, I mean, I was talking about it earlier. When I got into that space, I was blown away because he was in there with people that have, 5 times the followers he has. And it was funny because they had turned around, they were all asking him questions, like the space wasn't for Richard Hart, but all of a sudden it became Richard Hart's space. So I just thought it was really cool. And people were just like, I think it's just like a step for him in the right direction. And I think he's going to explode, which is great for all of us.
Yeah, 100%. It seems like everything is working like planned, right? When we started with Hex, there were just a couple of Hexicans, doing our stuff. And by now we are over 110,000 stakers, right? We have so many more influencers talking about Hex, and every single day it feels like more Hex influencers come and make videos about hex, right? Like it's crazy. If I go on YouTube and just I type in hex, you know, with a private browser, for example, then I find hex YouTube content creators that I have never seen before. And I'm in this space every single day, and I see normally everybody. It's just that more and more are popping up and talking positively about Richard Hart and hex. And I mean, now in the times of Richard was right hashtag, right, it becomes so clear. First, when Richard started with hex 3 years ago, he actually innovated crypto because he showed the people, look, Bitcoin is old tech, and now with hex we have a real store of value where you can actually earn your own hex while holding, and you were never able to do that with Bitcoin, right? People were first hating, and then everybody actually learned, wow, the inflation that gets paid out to the stake class is a brilliant thing. Ethereum started doing this. A lot of other copy coins started doing this, and since then it is okay. It's not a Ponzi anymore. Now people realize that this is real DeFi, right? Which the sentiment before was totally different, and right now I'm seeing that everything is changing, and this is what makes me so excited. Because like the whole industry and the sentiment about Richard Hart and hex is changing right now.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think this bear market's actually been good for hex in the community, and I know people are like, what? But I think we're weeding out the people that need to go, and the strong are going to stay. And I think Richard's going to be ahead of the leading that. I jumped on his Twitter page, and I mean, since the last time I looked, he's got over 20,000 new followers. I mean, like, it's crazy. Like, so,
And you know what?
which is great.
Twitter, the Twitter space, I know that's all crypto people, right? When it comes to Twitter. But when you go to other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, for example, when I post there, I know for sure that people will see the content that are not in crypto yet at all, because those are mostly lifestyle people. And you know what? There's a video out of Richard where he's like bringing out all his bags from a store. I don't know exactly which video it was, but your reader just showed it to me last week. And somebody else clipped this little part, put it on TikTok, and this specific video got 2 million views of Richard Hart
Wow.
carrying around out his Louis Vuitton bag and Prada bags and out of the store. Like 2 million views. I already say this is a viral video, I think. And you know, this is something that he has not posted. It is just somebody else, just another Hexican putting it out on his site, and it went like semi-viral, I would say. So this just proves to me that what Richard is doing is totally right, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
That's the one he has a bag in his mouth and his teeth too, I think. Like that, you're talking about that video where he has that?
I think this is a rather newer one where he has it in his tooth. Yeah. I don't know exactly which one blew up so much on TikTok. You will probably find it there somehow.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. More Hex asked which exchange we think's next.
Well, obviously we hope no one, right? Like actually, I heard Richard in the Twitter space talking about exchanges now for the first time again. Like he hasn't mentioned centralized exchanges at all. Why? Because they are so bad. Like I remember when I was listening to Richard Hart for the first time 3 years ago, he was always talking about Bitstamp, and only for the reason because in order to get into real crypto, you don't need many things. You need Ethereum and maybe USDC, and if you have those things on an exchange, it's totally enough. So he chose back in the day to talk about Bitstamp, right? So this was also an exchange that I am used to tell my onboards about, but they don't have any other languages but English. But for the most, I think Bitstamp is totally enough. And now I learned that in America, nobody can use Bitstamp, so I have no idea what to use in America. But then he was mentioning another one today or yesterday in the spaces again, and it was Kraken. So did you hear about that?
Yeah, I've actually used Kraken, so definitely they're pretty good for sure. Caitlin says Jimny. I saw something on that. You're probably right. You're definitely probably right. I think it's just going to be like a domino effect now. I think we're just going to have them like dropping, like, I don't know, which is sad, but it's also, like I said, I think we're cleaning up the bad, right? I just don't like to see people get wrecked, but some of these people knew better and still did it. So
It's so
Anyway,
crazy for me. Every single person in crypto should know that you have to hold your own keys, right? Richard was just explaining today. Like if you want to on-ramp, just do it with a tenth of your net, like what you want to invest. Put it into the exchange, and then from there put it into your own possession, your MetaMask or your ledger. And people just don't do that. They go all in, all out in their exchanges and leave their funds even there. That's crazy to me. As somebody who's actually like living off of crypto since like 2 years, right? I never have a single dollar in my exchange. It's there for only a couple of minutes and it gets out of there as fast as possible. Like Kareem on the tour, he said it so well. He said you should use decentralized exchange, a centralized exchange like a public toilet. Go in, do your business, and go out right away.
yeah, yeah. So, let's touch on that, Abit. I mean, I obviously have lived off the crypto you said for the last couple of years, right? So, what's like for people that are trying to do that? What's the steps that you recommend for them? Like what you talked about exchange, and then from there going into your MetaMask or whatever. But how do you do it? Just so people understand it a little more.
Well, yeah, you have your favorite centralized exchange. You cannot go around that. When you have your dollars and you want to invest in crypto, you have to KYC at least one time, right, to get your dollars in. I personally, because Richard said it, like Bitstamp, this is a good exchange when you're in Europe. We have Gemini or Coinbase, for example, in America. But again, you only use that to onboard into crypto. You need Ethereum or USDC. And once you have changed your dollars into that, then bring those funds into your MetaMask right away. And once you have it in this step, that's basically where decentralized finance opens up for you. And you can buy your HEX, you can stake your HEX in MetaMask, and you can do all the things then for more advanced players as well. But all those things are just technical things here. People always like to say, oh, the technical barrier is so high. That's why often they really do not get into crypto because it's so high. So I'm always trying to tell them it's actually really easy. It's like a 3-step plan. First, get to the knowledge, right? Learn everything about it. And the next step, the second step, is the most important. Take action, invest, make a decision on what coin you like, and then have your long-term vision on that. And HEX, it's so easy because you can invest, you can stake, and then you have this long-term mindset right away. And then the third step, the cashing out and actually living from it, that comes years and years into the future. First, you want to make 10,000x in price appreciation, and then you want to live off your crypto. And I was pretty lucky when it came to that, because I started investing in HEX since the first day, right? The product was not even out yet, but I knew about it. And that's where I was able to scoop up the lowest price of HEX. And everybody thinks.
Oh, you're muted, Abit. Hey, I can't hear you, Abit. You're muted. He's on mute right now, and he doesn't know it.
My microphone just muted.
Yeah, there you go. You muted for a while, so I couldn't hear you.
I cannot hear you, but you can hear me, right? Let me just change my settings right away, really quick. The reason why I'm bringing that up, Rob, can you say something?
Hey to Randy. Good evening, Randy. Pelican 369. Thank you, sir.
Hear you anymore. So give me a second. I will.
So Abbott's having technical difficulties. That may be like a sign that we just need to get off of this thing tonight. What are you thinking, everybody? I'm thinking it's just time to call it a night. It's almost 40 minutes in. Abbott, are you there? Or are you?
Oh man, no, I don't know why I cannot hear you anymore. It's crazy.
Well, that's all.
And the problem is I cannot jump off the stream, because then the stream would end, I think.
No, it's all good. So
can you hear me right now?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it a night, guys. Let me just type to him where he can end that. And Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for the technical difficulties. And we are going to reschedule with KG from Internet Money. We're going to reschedule with him soon. And thank you guys so much. Go to KSB TV and make sure you like, follow us, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And thank you guys. Have a great evening. Take care.